Hello, Assalamu alaikum. I am Mir Shafayat Ahmed, one of the members of Group 1 in Database Section 4. Um, well, this is our project and it looks pretty empty. Nothing seems to work because no data is being loaded here. So at the start of any semester, or in our case, uh, we will be updating the database with the latest data available. It looks pretty empty, so forgive us for that, but we plan on styling it further as we approach the final presentation. But here, I'm choosing to load all of the data. So if I upload, what happens is we are running a raw SQL query instead of the Django ORM, which means that while for many cases, if we did use the ORM, it would have taken us around 40 minutes or 30 minutes, depending on your system. In our case, this population, since MySQL is running C in the backend, it is going to finish in about, let's say, 20 seconds. But in my case, since I'm recording the screen, it is going to take some time. So if it takes more than a few seconds, oh, it is done. So that's how we filled 20,000 or 26,000 rows in just a few seconds. So yeah. Now if I go back to my section, functional requirement 1, this is now populated. So by default it shows spring 2021, and we can choose to load anything. We can choose to load spring 2017 if anyone wants. So I modified it a bit than our required table. Here, as required, we do show up to 65 rooms, but there are some sections that have more than 90 students, for example. So I wanted to show those sections as well to represent the whole of the enrollment of these sections, which we see here. It shows that for this given class size, how many sections were needed. On this column, what we see here is classroom 6. It means if the IUB schedule is divided into 6 slots, how many classrooms are required. We will be using this data further in the web page, but classroom 7 means the same thing. This pandemic, our IUB has 7 slots, unfortunately, no breaks in between, but that is the table for you. It shows the total, and like many other tables, this is scrollable. The pie chart is, again, forgive this mess here because the percentages are so thin that we cannot easily see what's happening here. But I can remove some of the larger sections to view the others. This is a responsive UI, so I hope this isn't much of an issue. So it's the same thing for class size 7. Next, my group member Fahim Ahmed will show you a huge achievement of us, I think, technically and visually. So I hand it over to Fahim.
Thank you, Shafayat. My portion of responsibility was the revenue of IUP and the school-wise revenue breakdown. So to view those, you simply navigate using the nav bar, and there you go. You can see these charts. These have been generated by using the data in the database. So first off is the trend chart of the schools. So here you can see the ups and downs of revenue of all the schools throughout the years. And of course, this chart is fully interactive. You can hover over them to view the data, and you can remove certain data if you feel like it. Next is the revenue distribution among the schools. This is a simple stacked area chart. Also shows you the ups and downs in revenue. Next is the revenue trend line, the total revenue, I should add, of IUP, along with the percentage change in revenue throughout the years. So these are the charts, and then there's the raw data table. If you want to view that, you can simply click on this button and it shows you all the data. And this is scrollable along with the table header that moves along with you for readability purposes. So this entire table has been brought up by using a single SQL query, which you can see here. And so basically it takes all the section data and aggregates the credit times the enrolled students in that section for each of these schools and totals that and calculates the percentage change as well. So that's about it for the IUB revenue section. And next up is the school revenue breakdown. And when you come to this page, it's empty because you haven't selected a school yet. So select sets, load, and there we have all of these charts again, same as before, just for individual departments of sets. So, and there's also the individual departments trend line charts, like before, except this is collapsed, so it doesn't clutter up the page. You can see CSC department, EEE department, PS, physical sciences, and there's also the table as well, hidden from view for your convenience. So yeah, that's about it for my section. And the next section is enrollment information, which was done by my teammate Suhaila Mohammed.
Hello, I'm Suhaila. I will be demonstrating the enrollment information of the number of sections offered in each school. There are two ways in which we can view the information. One is in expanded view and the other one is in compact view. First, we will look into the expanded view. The expanded view contains a breakdown of the number of sections offered in each school with respect to the number of students enrolled in them, starting from 1 and going up to the largest number of students enrolled, which is then incremented by 1. We can also view the total number of students enrolled in each specific sections in each school, as you can see, and also the total number of sections offered for each enrollment. This information is given for a single semester in a year. However, the user has a choice to view it in any enrollment. The user has a choice to view this information for any other semester in a year, just like this. Yeah. Now we will look into the compact view, which contains the similar data, same data. So this is the compact view, which contains the comparison of number of sections offered across schools for a selection of class sizes. And this same data is also represented in bar chart and line chart, which contains the information for all these schools together. So that's all for the enrollment information. Now my teammates Ariful and Onik will walk you through the usage of resources related information. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ariful from Shiam. I am on member group 1. I'm going to discuss about the uses of resources table, Spring 2021. This table has 6 columns. First column shows column saw the school name. Second column is about the sum of average enrollment of student per school. Third column shows the average enrollment per section, and fourth column shows about the average room capacity for per section, and next column shows the difference between average enrollment and average room capacity, and final column is the unused percentage of the section. First column shows then we got final result of average room capacity per spring semester is 39.65 and average enrollment in this semester is 26.66 and average unused space in classroom is 12.99 and unused percentage is 32.77%. Now my next teammate Onik will discuss about the IAB available resources table.
Mm. Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Reyad Onik, and thank you so much, Ariful for handing it over to me. Here in this table, we are going to have a comparison of different categories of rooms and the number of such rooms with a given capacity to a number of students. So, first row representing the unique classroom size available, and the second row is representing number of such rooms. Lastly, last row represent to capacity of student in these rooms can hold. Next, we do some more calculation, such as what will be the exact capacity if six slot system is introduced and seven slot two. Then we calculate 3.5 average course load to the six slot and seven slot system. And lastly, we calculate percentage of free space we get after introducing six and seven slot system respectively. Thank you so much. Now I'm hand it over to Dewan.
Hello there, I'm Dewan Wakil. So the functional requirement that I have covered was the availability and course offering comparison. So if we click on that option in the navbar here, this page shows up. So this page has two sections, one for the table and another for the charts. So by default, it shows autumn 2009. And if we select another semester here, the table and the graphs will be regenerated with new data uh, fetched from our SEAS database for the newly selected semester. So let's say we select here summer 2021 and click here load. You can see that table and the charts are regenerated with the summer 2021. So the table that we have here shows the comparison of IUB resources, IUB classroom resources, and the classroom requirements there was for this particular semester for two kinds of slots. So these are the number of classrooms of these sizes that are available at IUB. For a typical school day at IUB, with 6 classes being held during the entire day, the classroom requirement was 24.3. So this is what is being shown here. So this was for accommodating all the enrolled students in sections with capacity of 20 students. So that's what is being that's what is being shown here actually. And this column here is the difference between what was required in that particular semester and what was available uh, at IUB then. So it's the same thing for this lot 7 requirement. Um, this is the requirement here, requirement column, and this is the difference. So this is the first part of the section. The second part of the section is the chart section. So what we have here is are two charts actually. Both of these are stacked bar charts. So the x-axis here, in the x-axis here, we have the class sizes of the classrooms, and the y-axis here shows the number of classrooms that was available, that is being shown by this color, which is labeled here, IUB resource, and what was required for this particular semester for slot 6. So as you can see here, for summer 2021, for slot 6, IUB available resources for classroom size of 20 was 20, and the requirement was 24.3. If we go over here in the table, we can see the for class size 20, the requirement was 24.3, whereas IB had only 20 classes. So all the other columns are based on this other rows. So this was the chart for slot 6. If we scroll down here, this is the same kind of chart, a stacked bar chart, which is the same thing actually, but it's showing for slot 7. So this was it for my part of the functional requirement, which was resource uses comparison. Now I'll be handing it over to Shafayat to give some ending remarks on the whole project. Thank you.
Thank you, Wakil. To end, I would like to say a few things. If the database update for some reason is unsuccessful, or in the more likely scenario, if the user wants to add only one piece of data, such as a new classroom or a new section or a new faculty, they can easily go to the administration page, which is the standard Django admin, and they can select the faculty table, and if they want to search a specific faculty, they can easily do it by name in the search query, and we see that the faculty names are present here. And if they want to add a faculty, the standard Django way, we can add a faculty. Now, if I say that I have a faculty that is already present, then I can say that they can tell me that there is already a faculty that exists. So the Django framework handles all these for us. So in the future, we may implement this and restrict some of the dangerous features of this admin, but we think that there is a need for a super user feature. Apart from that, I think there are some stylings to be done. We are hoping that by the end of this project, we can implement this logout functionality, login functionality, and give you a better experience in the home page rather than just the simple navigation. I think that is all for our end. Hope you enjoyed this demonstration.